Welcome children to our geography lesson 3, our changing earth video 2. We have already studied lithospheric plates and the earth movements, that is endogenic force, which are further sudden forces like earthquake, volcano and landslides, and diastrophic force which takes place very slowly, that is an example is building of mountain. And the other type of force that is responsible for the changes in our earth is exogenic force, erosional and depositional force, that is due to rivers, wind, sea waves and glaciers. So today we will learn about endogenic force, sudden forces. The first is earthquake. The lithospheric plates, as I told you, the lithospheric plates move and the surface of the earth vibrates when maybe they move, and due to this the vibration is caused all around the earth, and these vibrations are called earthquake, and they travel all around the earth. The place in the earth where the movement starts is called focus. Here with the help of diagram you can see here in the diagram, here is the place where the focus is, where the earthquake starts. You can see the starting point. It is the origin of seismic waves, and the place above the focus is epicenter. This is your epicenter. Vibrations travel towards from epicenter as waves. The strength of the earthquake decreases away from the epicenter. Now due to this focus, what happens? The earthquake waves travels, and this is the epicenter where actually the major destruction takes place. And these waves, you see the circular, these keep moving, and as they move away from the epicenter, the damage caused is very less far away from the epicenter. Means at the epicenter you have a very great damage, you can say very great damage. Here's another picture where you can see the collapsed building due to earthquake. Now there are three types of earthquake waves. First is primary waves. These are the waves first to reach any particular location after an earthquake occurs, and these waves travel through Earth's crust at an average speed of about 5 kilometers per second. Primary waves can travel through solids, liquids and gases. As they pass through a material, the particles of the material are slightly pushed together and pulled apart. Buildings also experience this push and pull as primary waves pass through the ground they are built on. Secondary waves. Secondary waves are the second seismic waves to arrive at any particular location after an earthquake. Though they start at the same time as primary waves, they are a bit, you can say, slow. Secondary waves travel through Earth's interior at about half the speed of primary waves, so they reach late. And secondary waves are also called S waves. As they pass through a material, the material's particles are shaken up and down or from side to side. So the secondary waves rock small buildings back and forth as they pass. And secondary waves can travel through rock, but like primary waves, they cannot travel through liquids and gases. And the third type of waves are surface waves. These are seismic waves that move along the Earth's surface, not through its interior. They make the ground roll up and down or shake from side to side. And the surface waves cause the largest ground movements and the most damage. The surface waves travel more slowly than the other type of seismic waves. For your reference, children, the another sudden force or another endogenic sudden force is volcano. Now this volcano, you know what happens? As we have studied in chapter 2, the earth has crust, mantle, core. So in the mantle you have the molten magma. This molten magma tries to comes out on the surface of the earth. Here's another diagram with the help I can explain you all. This molten magma, when it is inside the earth, in the mantle, it is called as magma. But when it starts coming out from the vent, it is a small opening on the crust from where this molten magma comes out or erupts and it starts flowing, is called an lava. Okay, it is nothing but the molten magma inside the earth. When it is inside the earth in the mantle, it is called magma. When it starts flowing on the surface of the earth, we call it as hot lava. If you remember chapter 2, we have studied some rocks also formed due to this volcano, this lava. If you remember, otherwise you have to go back to the chapter and check out which rock is formed due to this lava. Here is a YouTube link which will help you to understand your uh, earthquake, primary, secondary and seismic waves. With the help of that, you'll understand it much better. So I hope students, you all have understood Earth's movement, endogenic forces, sudden force of earthquake and volcano, which causes destruction all over the surface of the earth. In next video, we'll learn about exogenic force, erosional and depositional work done by rivers, wind, sea waves and glaciers. Okay, bye. Thank you.